can an average runner make use of elite level practices to get a new half marathon PB? Welcome to a new video series in which I'll be applying as many of those practices as I can while I train for the Great West Run here in Exeter.
In this series, I'm going to take everything I've learned from faster runners about training sessions, diet, recovery and sports psychology and put it into my training, recovery and nutrition.
Elite runners don't do this stuff because they're elite because they do this stuff. I'll dive into all that later on. First, let's finish this run.
If any of that's of interest to you, subscribe to my channel and while you're here, hit that like button for me.
I'm back at the Red Spoon and it's the end of week 1 of this 11-week training block. It's been a relatively light week compared to what's ahead, but the key to success will be building carefully and consistently. This is what my weekly schedule will look like for the entire block. 3 days of rest/recovery might seem like a lot, but that's okay in the early stages of the block, and I'll need them as the volume and intensity dials up. I'll be training to the principle that you should do work either side of your goal race pace, but Fridays are when I'll be doing most of my work at my goal half marathon pace. And week 1 featured 3 by 8 minutes at that pace. I've used the last few weeks to make sure I'm happy with the shoes in my rotation, and I've settled on my preferences based on what I've got available to me. For my easy, steady and long runs, I'm going to use the Cloud Stratus 3. The pods offer some cushioning, but the slightly firmer midsole foam and that plastic speed board give me some stability and ground feel that I like. Although I wonder if I'll need a bit more cushioning as the long runs get longer later in the block. Talking of cushioning, I bought these last year for my easy runs, but after an initial review, I soon found them actually a bit too soft and that they bottomed out. The way these pods collapse just wasn't favourable to my running style when I get later into a longer run. They're nice and comfy for short periods though, so I'll probably use them for warm-ups and cool-downs where possible. For any tempo, threshold or race-paced effort, I'm going to use the Hoka Mach 5. If I had to pick one shoe to do everything in, this one would be it. The dual density midsole gives me a bit of spring when the pace picks up, but I feel stable in them and I have that ground feel or connection that I like. I haven't tried the new Mach 6s yet, but I hope they haven't messed around with the 5s too much, because this shoe is probably one of my favourite shoes to date for its ability to feel good on almost any type of run. For speed work, I'm probably going to use the Mach 5s for all the reasons I've just stated, but occasionally, if I need a little bit of help, I'm going to jump into my Vaporflies to benefit from that lovely ZoomX foam and the carbon plate. Also, knowing I'll probably be using a carbon plated shoe on race day, I want to get my legs used to using them again, because I haven't worn these for about 7 months now. So that just leaves the big day. I haven't decided on my race day shoe yet, but I'm looking for something fast, carbon plated, although possibly slightly less aggressive than the Vaporfly 2s. If you've got any suggestions, let me know in the comments. So that's it. The plan's in place and week 1 of training is in the books. I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this block and I hope you enjoy the video series. You can also follow my progress on Strava or Instagram. So what do you reckon, Steve? Have I got a shot at this half marathon PB or what?